The grand hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with excitement. Beings from 1,000 worlds gathered, their forms as varied as the stars themselves. In the center, a holographic display showed a small blue planet, Earth. "Silence, please," boomed the voice of High Counselor Zix, a tall, willowy creature with shimmering scales. "We are here to welcome the newest applicant to our galactic community, the humans of Earth." A murmur rippled through the crowd. Many had heard of these humans, but few had seen them up close. As if on cue, the massive doors swung open. 3 humans walked in, their steps echoing in the sudden quiet. Leading them was Captain Sarah Chen, her black uniform crisp and her posture straight. Behind her, 2 junior officers followed, looking around with barely concealed awe. "Welcome, Earthlings," Zix said, his voice tinged with amusement. "We have reviewed your application to join the Galactic Council. While your cultural achievements are quaint, we have concerns about your military capabilities." Chen's eyes narrowed slightly, but she kept her voice level. "Thank you for considering our application, High Counselor. We believe we have much to offer the galactic community, including our military expertise." A burst of laughter erupted from the gathered aliens. Chen's cheeks flushed, but she held her ground. Counselor Draz, a bulbous creature with multiple eyes, spoke up. "Expertise? Your species has barely left its own solar system. What could you possibly know about galactic warfare?" "We may be new to space," Chen replied calmly, "but humans have a long history of adapting to new challenges. We learn quickly." This only prompted more laughter. Holographic displays lit up around the room, showing Earth's primitive spacecraft and weapons. "Look at these relics," jeered a reptilian being. "They still use combustion engines and projectile weapons," added another. "How charmingly obsolete." Chen's junior officers shifted uncomfortably, but she remained stone-faced. She knew what these aliens didn't, that Earth had been secretly developing far more advanced technology, preparing for this very moment. High Counselor Zix raised a hand for silence. "Captain Chen, surely you see our concern. The galaxy can be a dangerous place. How could your limited military protect you, let alone contribute to our joint defense?" Chen took a deep breath. This was the moment she had been waiting for. "High Counselor, esteemed members of the Council, I propose a demonstration. Allow us to prove our worth through action, not just words." The hall fell silent. Zix leaned forward, intrigued. "What kind of demonstration do you propose?" "A joint military exercise," Chen said confidently. "Pit our best ship against one of yours. Let our actions speak for themselves." Murmurs of surprise and amusement filled the room. Zix conferred quietly with other council members before turning back to Chen. "Very well, Captain. We accept your proposal. In one standard galactic month, we will hold this exercise. You may bring your finest vessel to compete against our smallest patrol ship." Chen nodded, hiding her satisfaction. "Thank you, High Counselor. We look forward to the opportunity." As the humans turned to leave, the laughter and jeers started up again. "Don't forget to bring your quaint little firearms," someone called out mockingly. Outside the council chambers, Chen's junior officers finally let their frustration show. "Captain, how could you agree to that?" Lieutenant Park hissed. "They're setting us up to fail." Chen allowed herself a small smile. "That's exactly what we want them to think, Lieutenant. Remember your briefing. Operation Underdog is now in effect." Realization dawned on her officers' faces. Earth's real military capabilities were about to shock the galaxy. As they walked towards their ship, Chen's mind raced with plans. In 1 month, she would command the most advanced battleship humanity had ever built, the Terra Nova. Its very existence was Earth's most closely guarded secret. Let them laugh, Chen thought, her determination growing with each step. Soon, they'll see what humans are really capable of. The fate of Earth in the galactic community now rested on her shoulders. But Captain Sarah Chen was ready for the challenge. The Galactic Council had no idea what was coming. The corridors of the Terra Nova hummed with energy. Captain Sarah Chen strode purposefully through the ship, her footsteps echoing on the polished floor. Crew members saluted as she passed, their faces a mix of excitement and nervousness. "Status report," Chen barked as she entered the bridge. The room was a marvel of human engineering, filled with holographic displays and cutting-edge technology, hidden from alien eyes. Lieutenant Park turned from his station. "All systems are green, Captain. We're ready to depart on your command." Chen nodded, taking her seat in the captain's chair. "Initiate stealth systems. Let's not give our friends in the council any hints about what we're carrying." Outside, the massive ship shimmered and seemed to fade from view. To any observers, it would appear as nothing more than a simple transport vessel. "Set course for the Andromeda sector," Chen ordered. "That's where we'll rendezvous with the Council's forces for our demonstration." As the Terra Nova glided silently out of Earth's orbit, Chen couldn't help but feel a flutter of nerves. The fate of humanity's place in the galaxy rested on this mission. Failure was not an option. The journey to Andromeda took several days. Chen used this time to drill her crew relentlessly. They practiced battle scenarios, ran system checks, and fine-tuned their strategy for the upcoming confrontation. On the final day of their journey, Chen called a meeting of her senior staff. "Remember," she said, looking each officer in the eye, "the Council expects us to fail. They think we're bringing outdated technology to a space battle. Our job is to prove them wrong, spectacularly." Commander Rodriguez, the ship's tactical officer, spoke up. "But Captain, won't revealing our true capabilities put Earth at risk? The Council might see us as a threat." Chen nodded gravely. "It's a calculated risk, Commander. We need to show enough to earn their respect, but not so much that we appear dangerous. It's a fine line we must walk." As the meeting concluded, an alarm blared through the ship. "Captain to the bridge," a voice called over the intercom. Chen raced to her post, her heart pounding. On the main view screen, a massive alien fleet had appeared. "Report," Chen demanded. Lieutenant Park's fingers flew over his console. "It's not the Council forces, Captain. We're picking up signals from the Zorgan Empire. They're not supposed to be in this sector." Chen's mind raced. The Zorgans were notorious pirates and slavers, feared throughout the galaxy. This wasn't part of the plan. "They've spotted us, Captain," Rodriguez reported. "They're hailing us." On screen, Chen ordered, straightening her uniform. A grotesque, tentacled face appeared on the view screen. "Attention, unknown vessel," the Zorgan captain gurgled. "You have entered restricted space. Prepare to be boarded and your crew enslaved." Chen's eyes narrowed. This was an unexpected complication, but it might just work in their favor. "Negative, Zorgan vessel. We are on a peaceful mission and will defend ourselves if necessary." The Zorgan captain laughed, a sound like rocks in a garbage disposal. "Defend yourselves. With what?" "Your primitive human weapons. We've heard about your kind. You're defenseless out here." Chen allowed herself a small smile. "I wouldn't be so sure about that. This is your only warning. Leave now or face the consequences." The view screen went dark as the Zorgans cut the transmission. Immediately, the alien ships began to move into attack formation. "Red alert," Chen called out. "All hands to battle stations. It's time to show the galaxy what humanity can do." As klaxons blared and crew members raced to their posts, Chen felt a surge of determination. This wasn't the demonstration they had planned, but it was the one they had been given. Against all odds, they would prove humanity's worth to the galaxy. The Terra Nova's hidden weapons systems came online, its true form shimmering into view. Ahead, the Zorgan fleet approached, unaware of the surprise that awaited them. Captain Sarah Chen took a deep breath. "Weapons hot. Let's make Earth proud." The battle for humanity's future was about to begin. The vastness of space erupted into chaos as the Terra Nova faced off against the Zorgan fleet. Captain Sarah Chen's voice rang out clear and confident over the din of battle stations. Tactical. Give me a full spread of quantum torpedoes. Aim for their lead ship. Commander Rodriguez's fingers danced across his console. Aye, Captain. Torpedoes away. Brilliant streaks of blue light shot from the Terra Nova, cutting through the darkness of space. The Zorgans, caught off guard by the unexpected show of force, scrambled to raise their shields. Too late. The quantum torpedoes slammed into the Lid Zorgan ship, tearing through its hull like tissue paper. The alien vessel erupted in a spectacular explosion, sending debris flying in all directions. For a moment, silence reigned on the Terra Nova's bridge. Then, a cheer went up from the crew. First blood had been drawn, and it wasn't human. The Zorgan fleet, recovering from their shock, began to regroup. Their return fire lit up the sky, a barrage of energy weapons aimed at the lone human ship. Evasive maneuvers. Chen ordered. Helm, pattern Delta 3. Lieutenant Park's hands flew over the controls, and the Terra Nova danced through space, dodging the majority of the Zorgan assault. A few shots grazed the ship's shields, causing the bridge to shudder. Shield holding at 92%, Captain, reported Ensign Lee from the engineering station. Chen nodded, her eyes never leaving the tactical display. Good. Now let's show them what else we can do. Activate the phase disruptors. A low hum filled the ship as a new weapon system came online. The Terra Nova's hull seemed to ripple, and suddenly, beams of coruscating energy lashed out at the Zorgan ships. The alien vessel's shields flickered and failed under the assault. 2 more Zorgan ships exploded, while others listed helplessly, their systems disrupted by the advanced human technology. On the Zorgan command ship, panic was setting in. Their captain, Grok the Terrible, couldn't believe his multiple eyes. These humans, supposedly primitive and defenseless, were decimating his fleet. Fall back. Grok gurgled to his crew. Retreat to Sector 7. But before the Zorgans could escape, the Terra Nova struck again. This time, Chen had a different plan. Deploy the nanite swarms, she commanded. Let's disable their engines without destroying more ships. Clouds of microscopic robots poured from the Terra Nova, engulfing the fleeing Zorgan vessels. Within moments, the alien ship's engines sputtered and died, leaving them drifting helplessly in space. As the battle wound down, Chen allowed herself a small smile. They had won, and decisively so. But her satisfaction was short-lived as a new alert sounded. Captain, Park called out, we're detecting multiple warp signatures approaching fast. It's the Galactic Council fleet. Chen straightened in her chair. This was the moment of truth. How would the Council react to this display of human military prowess? The space around them shimmered as a dozen sleek Council ships dropped out of warp. At their head was an enormous dreadnought, dwarfing even the Terra Nova. We're being hailed, Rodriguez reported. On screen, Chen ordered, taking a deep breath. The face of High Counselor Zix appeared, his expression a mix of shock and, was that respect? Captain Chen, Zix began, his voice carefully neutral. We detected weapons fire and came to investigate. I see you've had an encounter with the Zorgan Empire. Chen nodded. Indeed, High Counselor. We were en route to our agreed demonstration when the Zorgans attacked. We were forced to defend ourselves. Zix's eyes narrowed. Defend yourselves? Captain, you've single-handedly defeated a Zorgan battle group. A feat that would challenge even our most advanced ships. There was a pause, heavy with implication. Chen held her breath, waiting for the Council's reaction. Finally, Zix spoke again. It seems, Captain, that we may have underestimated humanity's capabilities. Perhaps it's time we had a more in-depth discussion about Earth's place in the galactic community. Chen allowed herself to relax slightly. It wasn't outright acceptance, but it was a start. We would welcome such a discussion, High Counselor. As the transmission ended, Chen turned to her crew. Their faces shone with pride and excitement. They had done it. They had proven humanity's worth to the galaxy. But as Chen looked out at the debris-strewn battlefield and the approaching council ships, she knew this was just the beginning. The real challenge, earning humanity's place among the stars, was only just beginning. The vast conference room aboard the Galactic Council's flagship buzzed with tension. Captain Sarah Chen stood tall, flanked by her senior officers, as they faced the assembled alien dignitaries. The recent battle with the Zorgans had changed everything, and now humanity's future hung in the balance. High Counselor Zix called the meeting to order, his shimmering scales reflecting the starlight from nearby viewports. We are gathered here to discuss the recent incident involving the human vessel Terra Nova and a Zorgan battle group. Chen could feel the weight of 1,000 alien eyes upon her. Some gazes were curious, others wary, and a few outright hostile. Counselor Draz, the bulbous, multi-eyed being who had mocked humans earlier, spoke first. How do we know this wasn't a setup? Perhaps the humans colluded with the Zorgans to stage this impressive victory. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the room. Chen stepped forward, her voice clear and steady. Counselors, with all due respect, the Zorgan Empire is a known threat to galactic peace. Why would we risk our lives and our only advanced ship to impress you? She has a point, rumbled a rocky-skinned alien from the back. The Zorgans are nobody's allies. Zix raised a hand for silence. Captain Chen, while your victory is impressive, it raises concerns. How long has Earth possessed this level of technology? And why was it hidden from us? Chen took a deep breath. This was the moment of truth. High Counselor, esteemed members of the Council, Earth has been developing in secret for decades. We knew that joining the galactic community would be dangerous, so we prepared. Prepared, hissed a serpentine counselor. You mean you deceived us? No, Chen countered firmly. We protected ourselves. As you've seen, the galaxy can be hostile. We needed to ensure we could defend our people. The room erupted into heated debates. Some counselors argued for immediately accepting Earth as a full member of the Galactic Council, while others called for sanctions against the duplicitous humans. As the arguments raged, a new voice cut through the chaos. Perhaps a demonstration is in order. All eyes turned to the speaker, a tall, elegant being with silvery skin and eyes like swirling galaxies. Chen recognized her as Ambassador Lyra of the Androndan Confederation, one of the most respected diplomats in the galaxy. Lyra continued, "We've seen the humans' military prowess. Now let us see their peaceful intentions. Captain Chen, would you be willing to assist the Council with a humanitarian mission?" Chen nodded without hesitation. "Of course, Ambassador. What do you propose?" Lyra's galaxy eyes twinkled. The Zorgan attack has left several civilian outposts in this sector vulnerable. We need ships to deliver aid and help with evacuations. Would Terra Nova be willing to lead this effort? We would be honored, Chen replied, feeling a glimmer of hope. This was a chance to show that humans were more than just warriors. High Counselor Zix seemed to consider this for a moment. Very well. Captain Chen, you and your crew will assist with the relief efforts. This will give us time to further discuss Earth's position in the galactic community. As the meeting adjourned, Chen and her officers were escorted back to the Terra Nova. The ship hummed to life, ready for its new mission. Well, that could have gone worse, Commander Rodriguez remarked as they reached the bridge. Chen allowed herself a small smile. It's a start. Now we have to prove that we're as committed to peace as we are capable in war. As the Terra Nova prepared to depart, Chen gazed out at the star-filled expanse before them. They had survived their first challenge, but the real test was just beginning. Could humanity prove itself a worthy member of the galactic community? The ship's engines thrummed to life, and Chen gave the order to set course for the nearest affected outpost. Whatever challenges lay ahead, she and her crew would face them head-on. They carried with them not just the hopes of Earth, but the future of humanity among the stars. As the Terra Nova glided gracefully into warp, Chen couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and purpose. They had come to the stars prepared for war, but now they had the chance to prove they could also be harbingers of peace. The next chapter of humanity's galactic adventure was about to unfold, and Captain Sarah Chin was ready to write it. The Terra Nova dropped out of warp near a small blue-green planet called Tylox. Captain Sarah Chen stood on the bridge, surveying the scene before her. The planet's orbit was cluttered with debris from the recent Zorgon attack, and distress signals blinked from the surface. "Status report," Chen commanded. Lieutenant Park's fingers danced over his console. "Captain, we're detecting multiple settlements in crisis. The largest city has lost power, and there are severe weather storms hampering rescue efforts in the southern continent." Chen nodded grimly. This was their chance to show the galaxy that humans were more than just warriors. "All right, let's get to work. Rodriguez, prepare relief teams. Park, get us into low orbit over the main city." As the Terra Nova descended, the extent of the damage became clear. The once gleaming alien metropolis now lay in partial ruins, its towering spires toppled and streets flooded. "Captain," Ensign Lee called out, "I'm picking up a transmission from the surface. It's in English." Surprised, Chen ordered, "On screen." The view screen flickered to life, showing the face of a reptilian alien. "This is Governor Zal of Xylox. Are you really humans?" Chen stepped forward. "Yes, Governor. I'm Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth ship Terra Nova. We're here to help." Relief washed over Zal's scaled features. "Thank the stars. We've heard tales of Earth's recent victory over the Zorgons, but we never expected. Well, your kind has a certain reputation in the galaxy. We're here to change that reputation," Chen replied firmly. "What do you need?" Over the next few hours, the crew of the Terra Nova worked tirelessly. They used their advanced technology to restore power to the city, deployed weather control satellites to calm the storms, and sent down teams with food and medical supplies. As Chen helped distribute rations to a group of grateful Tyloxians, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. This was what humanity was capable of, not just destruction, but creation and aid. Suddenly, her communicator chirped. "Captain, we have a situation." Rodriguez's voice came through, tense and urgent. Chen excused herself and found a quiet corner. "What is it, Commander?" "We've detected a Zorgon scout ship entering the system. They're jamming long-range communications. We can't contact the Council for backup." Chen's mind raced. They couldn't abandon the Tyloxians, but engaging in another battle might undo all the goodwill they'd built. "Are they attacking?" "Not yet," Rodriguez replied, "but they're scanning the planet. I think they're looking for easy targets." Making a quick decision, Chen ordered, "Bring the Terra Nova to high orbit. We'll intercept them before they can threaten the planet." As Chen rushed back to her ship, she passed Governor Zal. The alien's eyes widened in alarm. "You're leaving, but there's still so much to do." "We're not abandoning you," Chen assured him. "We're going to make sure you stay safe." Back on the bridge, Chen took her seat just as the Zorgon ship came into view. It was smaller than the battleships they'd faced before, but still a formidable opponent. "Open a channel," Chen commanded. The snarling face of a Zorgon captain filled the screen. Well, what do we have here?" "A human ship, all alone in our hunting grounds." Chen stood tall. "This planet is under our protection. Leave now or face the consequences." The Zorgon laughed, a harsh, grating sound. "Protection. You? Don't make me laugh, little human. We've come to finish what we started." "Very well," Chen said coldly. "You've made your choice." But before she could give the order to attack, alarms blared across the bridge. "Captain," Park shouted. Multiple ships dropping out of warp. Chen's heart sank. Had the Zorgons brought reinforcements? But as the new arrivals appeared on screen, she gasped in surprise. A fleet of ships, bearing the insignia of a dozen different alien races, filled the space around them. At their head was a familiar vessel, the flagship of the Galactic Council. High Counselor Zix's voice came through the comms. "Captain Chen, We received your distress call. It seems the humans are not the only ones who can arrive unexpectedly. As the Zorgan scout ship fled in panic, Chen realized the true impact of their actions. They had not only helped the Hyloxians, but had inspired the council itself to take action. The bridge erupted in cheers, but Chen quietly smiled to herself. This was more than a victory. It was a new beginning. Humanity had proven itself not just in war, but in peace, and the galaxy would never be the same. The Grand Assembly Hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with excitement. Delegates from hundreds of worlds filled the tiered seats, their chatter a symphony of clicks, whistles, and rumbles. At the center of it all stood Captain Sarah Chen and her senior officers, their crisp uniforms standing out among the colorful array of alien attire. High Counselor Zix raised his hands, and a hush fell over the crowd. "Esteemed colleagues," he began, his voice echoing through the vast chamber, "we are gathered here today to discuss the recent events involving our human friends." Chen stood tall, her face a mask of calm despite the butterflies in her stomach. This was the moment that would define humanity's place in the galaxy. Zix continued, "We have witnessed the humans display not only impressive military might, but also a genuine desire to aid those in need. The events on Psylocke have given us much to consider." A holographic display flickered to life, showing footage of the Terra Nova's crew distributing aid and repairing Xyloxian infrastructure. Chen's heart swelled with pride as she watched her team work tirelessly to help the alien world. However, Zix's voice took on a more serious tone. "We cannot ignore the fact that Earth concealed its true capabilities from us. This deception must be addressed." Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Chen stepped forward, her voice clear and steady. "High Counselor, esteemed members of the Council, I understand your concerns. Earth's secrecy was born not out of malice, but out of a desire to protect our people." She paused, looking around the room. "We are newcomers to this vast galaxy. We didn't know who we could trust or what dangers we might face. Can you blame us for being cautious?" Ambassador Lyra, the elegant Andromedan, spoke up. "Captain Chen speaks wisely. Many of our own worlds took similar precautions when they first joined the galactic community. Perhaps we have been too quick to judge." Counselor Draz, who had once mocked humanity's capabilities, shifted uncomfortably in his seat. "Be that as it may, we cannot simply ignore this deception. What guarantee do we have that humans won't use their advanced technology against us?" Chen's response was immediate. "The same guarantee you have from any member world, our word and our actions. We've demonstrated our commitment to peace on Psylocke. Give us the chance to prove ourselves further." The debate raged on for hours. Some counselors argued for strict oversight of Earth's technology, while others pushed for full acceptance of humanity into the galactic fold. Chen and her team stood firm, answering questions and addressing concerns with patience and honesty. As the discussion seemed to reach a stalemate, an unexpected voice cut through the chaos. Governor Zal of Xylox, still bearing the marks of his world's recent ordeal, stepped onto the council floor. "My fellow beings," he began, his voice trembling with emotion, "I stand before you as living proof of humanity's good intentions. When my world lay in ruins, when hope seemed lost, it was the humans who came to our aid. They asked for nothing in return. They simply helped because it was the right thing to do." A hush fell over the assembly as all continued. "I have seen the power of their weapons, yes, but I have also seen the compassion in their hearts. If this is what humanity truly represents, then I say we would be fools to turn them away." His words seemed to shift the mood of the entire assembly. Even the most skeptical counselors appeared moved by Zal's testimony. High Counselor Zix nodded slowly, his expression thoughtful. "You have given us much to consider, Governor Zal. And you, Captain Chen, have shown us a side of humanity we did not expect." He turned to address the entire assembly. "I propose a compromise. Earth will be granted provisional membership in the Galactic Council, with a probationary period to demonstrate their commitment to our shared values. During this time, They will share their technology with us, and we will share ours with them. Together, we will forge a new era of cooperation. The vote was nearly unanimous. As Chen and her team were officially welcomed into the galactic community, cheers erupted throughout the chamber. Aliens of all shapes and sizes approached the humans, eager to exchange greetings and ideas. As the celebration continued around her, Chen caught the eye of High Counselor Zix. The alien leader gave her a slight nod, a gesture of respect that spoke volumes. They both knew that this was just the beginning. Humanity's greatest adventure was about to unfold, and the galaxy would never be the same. 1 year had passed since humanity's dramatic entry into the Galactic Council. The Earth ship Terra Nova, once a closely guarded secret, now orbited a bustling space station at the edge of the Milky Way. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the viewport of her ready room, gazing at the colorful array of alien ships coming and going. A chime at her door interrupted her thoughts. "Enter," she called. Commander Rodriguez stepped in, a datapad in hand, and a grin on his face. "Captain, you're going to want to see this. The latest report from the Technology Exchange Program just came in." Chen took the pad, her eyes widening as she scrolled through the information. "Incredible," she muttered. "I never thought I'd see the day when humans and Zorgans would be working together on clean energy solutions." Rodriguez chuckled. Who would have guessed that our quantum reactor designs would be the key to solving their planet's energy crisis? And in return, their faster-than-light drive advancements. We'll be exploring new galaxies in no time. Chen nodded, a sense of pride washing over her. The past year had been challenging, but the results were beyond anything she could have imagined. Earth's technology had indeed impressed the galactic community, but it was the human spirit of innovation and cooperation that truly won them over. As if on cue, her communicator beeped. "Captain Chen," came the melodious voice of Ambassador Lyra. "The Council is ready for your report. Please join us in the main chamber." "On my way," Chen replied, straightening her uniform. She turned to Rodriguez. "Well, Commander, shall we go face the music?" The main chamber of the Galactic Council space station was a marvel of alien architecture, its crystalline dome offering a panoramic view of the cosmos. As Chen and Rodriguez entered, they were greeted by a sea of familiar and strange faces. High Counselor Zix nodded in acknowledgement from his central podium. "Captain Chen," Zix began, his tone formal but not unkind. "1 year ago, we granted Earth provisional membership in the Galactic Council. Today, we evaluate the results of this unprecedented probationary period. Please, present your report." Chen stepped forward, her voice clear and confident. "High Counselor, esteemed members of the Council, I stand before you not just as a representative of Earth, but as a witness to the incredible progress we've made together." She activated a holographic display, showing images of joint human-alien projects across the galaxy. "In 1 short year, we've seen remarkable advancements. Our combined efforts have led to breakthroughs in medicine, energy production, and space exploration. But more importantly, we've forged bonds of friendship and trust." The chamber filled with murmurs of agreement. Even Counselor Draz, once skeptical of humans, nodded approvingly. Chen continued, "We've faced challenges too. The recent Krell incursion tested our resolve, but it also showcased the strength of our alliance. Human tactics combined with Andromean technology and Xyloxian resource management not only repelled the invasion but opened diplomatic channels with the species we once thought unreachable." As Chen concluded her report, a hush fell over the assembly. High Counselor Zix conferred quietly with his advisors before addressing the chamber. "Captain Chen, delegates of Earth," he began, his voice resonating with authority. "After careful consideration of your contributions this past year, the Council has reached a decision." Chen held her breath, feeling the weight of the moment. "Earth's provisional status is hereby lifted. We proudly welcome humanity as full members of the Galactic Council, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails." The chamber erupted in cheers and applause. Chen felt a wave of emotion wash over her as aliens of all species approached to offer congratulations. She caught sight of Governor Zhao, beaming with pride, and Ambassador Lyra, giving her a knowing wink. As the celebration continued, High Counselor Zix approached Chen privately. "Captain," he said, his voice low, "your leadership has been instrumental in this successful integration. But I fear we may need your skills again soon." Chen raised an eyebrow. "Oh, what's on your mind, Counselor?" Zix's expression turned grave. "We've detected unusual activity at the Galactic core. Something ancient is stirring, something that may threaten us all. We'll need humanity's unique perspective and capabilities for what lies ahead." Chen nodded, a mix of excitement and apprehension coursing through her. "Whatever it is, High Counselor, Earth stands ready. We've come too far together to back down now." As she looked out at the diverse gathering of species, all united in celebration, Chen realized that this was just the beginning. Humanity had found its place among the stars, but their greatest adventures and challenges were yet to come. The galaxy had once laughed at human military might. Now it looked to Earth as an equal, a friend, and perhaps the key to facing the unknown future that awaited them all.